Good morning, dear students. I am Tony Jose, your English teacher and your class teacher. So I will be teaching English. And for English, we have there are two books. One is Beehive and one is Moments. So there are two books there, and one more book is there of grammar. So there are three books. We can say like that. So then the first book that we have is about the Beehive, and in that the first chapter we are going to study. Okay. So we know that the education system that we are having is, at present we are having one kind of education system, but this is not the education system that we had earlier. Okay, so when we study about the education system, we can say that the initial stage of education system was like a Gurukul system. Okay, so once there was a guru and there was a master, and the people or the disciples or the students, those who are interested to study, they went to the house of went to the home of the guru, and they stayed there and they learned by observing what the guru is doing and listening to what he is speaking. Okay, so that was the method, or that was the first time of educational system. But they found it that it is very much difficult, because like one guru cannot hold, or one guru will not be able to take care of plenty of people. Like you see, like some 5 students or 10 students like that, guru will be able to manage. But when it comes into number, like as the need and increase, and there was also a problem, like see, if one particular subject is there, so one guru is teaching. A guru cannot be a complete man who is able to teach every subject. It may not be possible. One person, there such type of people are very much rare. So there are some people, those who are able to teach some subjects, but such kind of people are very much rare. So such kind of problems arise. So after that, the normal schooling system has been started. So there will be different subject teachers, and the children are going to the school and studying. So this system is there. So in the until the last year, we have never thought of like an online class or digital class, all these type of things, and all. We were not having much kind of concentration was not there, or we were not very much common. Like see, like you are sitting now at your home and listening to the classes online. Okay, so this type of system was not expected. You never thought that the schooling system will come up like that. So when you think about education, when we think about the schooling, we have only one idea, that we go to the school, we sit in the classroom and we study. So this is the only method, isn't it? But now we know that the entire system has been changed. Last year fully you were not getting chance to come to the school, and entire schools were closed. So there was no any means to study or means to teach. So then the teachers thought of taking the classes online, and like now we are recording the classes and we are sending. So you are sitting at your home itself and listening to the classes. So this kind of new system has been come up. You can just think about what will be the system that we will be using in the future. So now, but you are facing it very much difficult. Now we think that it will be, see, like many of the parents are coming and complaining that there is like online classes are there, or we are taking class and sending in WhatsApp or sending in YouTube, and people are finding it very much difficult because there is no network, there is no any proper methods are not there, and the teachers, the children are not getting personal attention from the teachers, so they are unable to study, they are unable to understand, they don't able to see the teachers, and that is why they are not able to clear their doubts, they don't have much. So there are some, like see, like when a new system starts, there will be a lot of problems, but we have to overcome these problems. So there are, see, like the education system or any type of system that we are using is entirely changing. So there will be a change in everything that we are doing, isn't it? So you can just imagine. So in this chapter we are going to study that the entire teaching method what will be the kind of situation in the future. So here it is speaking about around 100 years after. So in the future, what sort of schooling system will be there. So it is kind of an imaginary chapter, and the author is written this one that the school or the entire system, though this incident is taking place in the future, or after around 100 years forward. Okay, so such kind of a chapter is there. So let us see what will be the situation, or how the teaching system will be there, and all those sort of things. The story we shall read is set in the future, when books and schools as we now know them will perhaps not exist. how will children study them? The diagram below may give you some ideas. So in your book you can see that there are some pictures given there. Okay, so we know this, like if earlier we never thought until last year we never thought that for 1 year students are not going to school. Such kind of a thing you have never heard in from my childhood when I was born, and until the last year we never heard of such kind of a thing, that children will be sitting in the school home itself and studying. So this is not possible. That is what we thought, but now it became happen. So in the future, what kind of system will be there? So how the education will be there? So at that time, there will not be any books, there will not be any classrooms, there will not be any real teachers and all. Okay. So but the entire system of education will be changing. So that is what the author is saying. So this chapter is a very suitable chapter for the present situation, because like our education system is entirely going through a tremendous change. Okay. So here we can say, in the picture we can see there are especially 4 type of pictures. The first one, learning through computers. So now see now what you are doing, the same thing is there. So learning through mobile phones or computers. Okay, learning with the help of mobile phones, isn't it? So now your education has become, your teacher is a mobile phone, isn't it? So the teacher is sending you the classes in internet, and most of you are some of you may be using laptop or computers, but many of you are using mobile phones, and even the teachers are using mobile phones for recording the classes and sending the videos and so on. So it is like education through mobile phone, you can say. And if there is a virtual classroom, there is a virtual classroom. A classroom is entirely different. Okay, so our classroom, when you think about what is the idea that comes into your mind when you hear the word classroom? So you listen that there is a big room and there are plenty of students, one teacher, one board, one teacher's table will be there, bench desk, all these things are there. So this is the image that comes into your mind about when we speak about the classroom, isn't it? But this classroom is entirely different. This classroom is in the house of the person itself. Okay, so there is a particular room made as classroom. Okay, so in the home of a student, every student has got each classroom, separate classroom for each student. So you cannot just imagine, or you cannot just understand what I am speaking about, but this is the situation, or the author is telling that this is the situation in the future. So in the future such kind of a system will be there. So now we can say that this is the situation in your home also, isn't it? So you are sitting at your home, you are sitting in front of mobile phone and you are studying. So your classroom is limited to your only your room itself. So that's such a way that this system also there. And the teacher, and the difference is there for the teacher. You can look at the picture of the teacher. There is no any physical human being is not there as a teacher, but it is a robotic teacher. A robot is becoming as a teacher. Okay, and moving e-text. So the text or the contents in the internet, you can see like there are scrolling. So like when you read the news and all, you can say that under that like breaking news and all is moving, isn't it? So you might have seen that the text is moving. Like if I am a news reader and when I am reading, you can see that just behind that the text is moving like that, isn't it? So when you watch the news and all, you might have seen that. So such a way there is moving texts are there. So this type of so the speed, the computer they have made that the text is like that. So if you want to read a book, so what happens is that you just nowadays what we do is that we are scrolling, isn't it? So like in your paper a picture will be shown there, so you have to scroll it with the fingers. But this is a moving test. So moving test means that you can arrange the speed of the reading. So according to the capacity, how much speed you are there. So depending on that, you can arrange the speed of the text that it is moving, and it will be appearing. So like you need not to scroll the pages, it will come one by one. So when you read one sentence, then next sentence will come. So one by one the sentence will be coming. So such kind of books are. So their books are like that. So online book is there, or digital book is there. Okay, like a printed book like that, they don't have. Okay. So you can in pairs discuss 3 things that you like best about your school, and 3 things about your school that you would like to change. write them down. So you can think about. So this is a exercise for you. You can think about what are the best things that at present, like your present schooling. So means the present schooling means like the school that you are coming to the school and studying. So such kind of system. So in that you can say that what are the things that you like. There are some few things you may like it, and there are few things that you may not like. So what are the things that you like? So like you can see like earlier students and all the students are there. They are telling that these kind of systems they don't like, because they want to come to the school, they have to sit along with their friends, they have to meet, so sit together, study together. So that is the fun that they are having, isn't it? So that is the fun that is, or that is the thing that you like to have in your education system or in the school. So one thing that you may like it, isn't it? And another thing may be like your drill period and all will be there, or such kind of things you may like. And the things that you may hate may be the teacher itself, or the wondering teacher is coming, or some teachers, some particular teachers are, you may hate some teachers, and some teachers are coming like and giving impositions, some disciplines, all these things you may not like it. So there are maybe different kind of things you can discuss with your friends about what are the things that you like in the present schooling system and what are the things that you don't like. Okay, have you ever read words on a television screen? Can you imagine a time when all books will be on computers and there will be no books printed on paper? Would you like such books better? So you may expect that, see, like nowadays we are having books which is printed on a paper. Okay, so earlier, nowadays we are using, in the future this type of books will not be there. So you will get like you can now also you can say like in mobile phones and all we get books on digital books are there. Like in Amazon and all, you can say like when you purchase a book, you get the digital copy of it. It is not necessarily like once if you are ordering a book, you will get the digital copy of that also. You can download the entire book and you can read it. No need of having a printed book. So such kind of books they were using. Okay, so let us begin the chapter. Maggie even wrote about it that night in her diary on the page headed 17 May 2157. So the year you can see it is written there 17 May 2157. So this is the year where the incident take place. So she is writing in her diary and the date of the diary is 17 May 2157. It is about 140 years forward. We can say that 140 years, or we can say that now it is around 150 years or 140 years forward. So in future this is there. Okay, so this many years before, this many years after. So this take place in this year 2157. This is the year that is taking place. Now it is 2021. So it will take many years to come. So in that it is taking place. So at that time what may be the system that we will be having? We will not be anyhow alive. We will not be there. So our children and our grandchildren and all may be there. Okay, so such kind of a system is there. So this is a fully imaginary story. So here she says that today Tommy found a real book. So here the sentence written there is that today Tommy found a real book. So you are very familiar with the real books. All the books that we are having is the real books. So we have textbooks, we have notebooks, we have like story books. So plenty of books we are using. But in the year 2157, by that time all the books will disappear. Nobody nowadays, like by printing the books there are so lot amount of problems. There are so many pollutions and so on. Like the trees are used for cutting. Trees are cut for making these books. So papers, when we have to make paper, we need to use the trees, and because of that people are telling that you should not use papers, or we use less amount of papers and so on. So in the future what will happen, the amount of like people will be making it a restriction that we cannot cut the trees or we cannot make printed books. So the number of books will come into digital format. Okay, so the school they don't have a real book. So in that it is written that today Tommy found a real book. So finding a real book becomes a very new thing for them. Okay, it is very like a very important thing. Like so, like that is to be noted in the diary. Like it was a very old book. Maggie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him that there was a time when all stories were printed on paper. So then they were telling that their grandfather once they told that when he was very small, they said that they were using the stories once there was a stories written on the papers. So they have never seen such kind of a book, but they said that their grandfather has told once. Okay, so that such type of a books were there. Okay, so that is enough for today. The remaining portion we study in the next class. Thank you so much.